Hello, my name is Gabe, and today I want to do something kind of special. So, I have decided, over on our Twitch channel, to play one game representing every playable character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yes, this includes all the new DLC characters that were added post-launch. And so, I decided I should talk about those games and my experiences playing them here. Just so that some idea goes to show what I actually thought of those games and have record that I've played them. First up, Super Mario World. Alright, so first off, why did I pick this game out of every game in the Mario roster? Which is a long list. Well, a few reasons. Number one, I wanted to pick a classic 2D Mario game just because, well, that's where it started. But number two, and most importantly, I felt that of all available games, Mario World was the most representative of his moveset in Smash Bros. After all, he has the cape, as well as a spin attack, and then the standard 2D affair. The fireballs, the coin blocks, you know, that whole rigmarole. That's why I picked the game. So, how did I fare? Well, it turned out I suck at Super Mario World. Like, I'm really bad at the game. Which, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. I tend to suck at most games. But I guess I will say, what did pleasantly surprise me was, honestly, the level design was a lot more creative than I was expecting. Though, on some occasions, to a bit of a frustratingly obtuse degree. The most striking of this being a level I was stuck on for literal hours, because it's all based on coins and so confusing. Basically, the amount of coins and time you have when you enter one pipe determines where you end up leaving the level in, and it just goes around and around, and because I suck, I always end up getting the hard parts. And never could quite beat the level. I did eventually. But yeah, otherwise there are some really creatively designed levels in Mario World. More creative than I was even expecting. How about the game? I would state that, well, obviously it has your standard power-ups. The star, the fire flower, the mushroom. But notably, it has one power-up of note. Two, but we'll get to the second one in a bit. The big power-up of note, the cape. This is Mario's second time being able to fly, and I'm just going to say I think I actually prefer the cape to any of the past and future methods of flight Mario achieved. There's just something more satisfying about controlling the cape. It's based entirely on your own skill and rhythm, which adds a lot to it. Plus, it really hurts when you lose the cape. But of course, let's get on to the other power-up, and the one that, well, ultimately had the most staying power. Yoshi. You know him, you love him, it's Yoshi. So, I will state that Yoshi lacks a lot of the things that would define Yoshi's abilities as a reoccurring character. There's no flutter jump. In fact, the only way to get higher jump in Yoshi is to sacrifice the thing. And, the only really notable thing Yoshi has is the ability to walk on sharp objects and eat certain things. That's it. A lot of what would later define Yoshi just simply isn't present. Of course, there are Yoshi's shell abilities, which are a whole other rigmarole thing. I believe it's red shell, Yoshi will spit fire. Blue shell, Yoshi will fly. Yellow shell will do something or something. I'll just have a diagram on screen right now explaining what they do. Yep, that's how the shells work. And they're a unique thing, although it is worth noting Yoshi will eventually swallow the shells, which, if you have the flying blue shell, is going to, well, sting if you're above a pit. Now, as I mentioned, I sucked, and there's one trick if I had not used, I would not have been able to even come close to beating the game. That trick? The ghost house trick. So the game is designed in a way that you can only save at set levels. Ghost houses, castles, etc., etc. Actually, basically just those two. So what do ya do? Well, even though you can only save on set levels, there's nothing in the game stopping you from, well, doing those levels again and again and again and again and again. So what I would do is, if I was finding myself having trouble progressing, or having beaten a really hard level that I didn't want to replay, I would go to the easiest ghost house in the game, which is the first one, and do it over and over and over again in order to save the game. Admittedly, if you are playing on the Switch, which I think it was, you can also achieve the same thing with save state, so this isn't necessary, but it is something worth considering. That is all. And I think overall I liked Mario World more than I was expecting to, even though I sucked at it. And I think that's all I really got to say about Mario World. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you want to see more like it, do subscribe. I'm currently playing through Donkey Kong's game, and for him I'm playing, of course, Donkey Kong Country, which you can catch me playing live over on our Twitch, of which the link is in the description below. But more importantly than any of that, have a good night.